Imagine this. You're standing in the middle of a battlefield, but this isn't a fight of swords or shields. No, this is more insidious. The enemy isn't wearing armor. They're disguised as people you know. A co-worker who undermines you, a friend who drains your energy, a family member who manipulates your emotions. Toxic people are the silent assassins of your peace, and every day they sharpen their words, ready to strike. But what if you could become untouchable? What if, no matter how much venom they spew, you stood there, calm, unbothered, and unshaken? The ancient Stoics were masters of this art. They faced emperors who sought their downfall, mobs that ridiculed their wisdom, and personal betrayals that would break the average soul. Yet they stood firm, their inner peace impenetrable. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, faced endless plots against his life and still wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That strength isn't just for legends, it's for you, here, now. Today I'm sharing 5 powerful Stoic principles that will not only help you handle toxic people, but transform their chaos into your clarity. This wisdom isn't just a shield, it's a sword that cuts through the noise and empowers you to reclaim your peace. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just know how to handle the toxic forces in your life, you'll rise above them, untouchable and unbreakable. And if you're ready to join a community that thrives on wisdom and clarity, hit that subscribe button now. Together, we're building a fortress of inner strength that no storm can destroy. Don't just watch, become. Control your perception. Picture this. A toxic person walks into your life, their words sharp like daggers, their actions calculated to provoke. You feel the sting of their insults, the weight of their negativity pressing on your soul. But pause for a moment. Ask yourself, who truly holds the power here? Is it them, with their poisonous behavior, or you, with your ability to decide what their words mean to you? Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, reminds us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This is the first lesson. Control your perception. Let me take you to an ancient Roman marketplace. A merchant, furious over a deal gone wrong, begins to hurl insults at a young philosopher. He yells, gesticulates, and draws a crowd. The philosopher, unbothered, calmly continues his day as if the tirade were background noise. Later, when asked why he didn't react, he replied, "The sun doesn't stop shining because someone curses it." The toxic person, like the angry merchant, wants a reaction. They thrive on your emotional response. But when you refuse to give it, you starve their power. This is the essence of controlling your perception. It's not about ignoring reality, it's about redefining how it affects you. Toxic people want to invade your mind. Their negativity is like smoke. It spreads, suffocates, and lingers if you let it. But the Stoic knows the secret. You are not a vessel for their smoke. Imagine standing before a mirror. No matter how much mud someone throws, the mirror reflects it but remains unchanged. Be that mirror. Let their chaos reflect off you without ever penetrating your peace. Their insults, a reflection of their turmoil, not your truth. Their anger, a mirror of their inner battles, not your worth. When you internalize this, you reclaim the power they try to steal. Now think about this. Every time you react to a toxic person, you hand them control over your emotions. But every time you choose calm over chaos, you grow stronger. The Stoics believed that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the mastery of one's response to it. Ask yourself, is this truly worth my energy? Does this person's opinion define me? The answer is always no. By controlling your perception, you shield yourself from their influence and transform their attempts at harm into opportunities for growth. But this is just the beginning. While perception is your first line of defense, it's not enough to withstand relentless toxicity. In the next chapter, we'll explore a deeper shield, the dichotomy of control. This ancient Stoic principle will teach you how to separate what's within your power from what's not, freeing you from the burden of toxic people once and for all. If this resonates with you, subscribe now and join a community dedicated to mastering inner peace and resilience. Together, we're building a fortress of wisdom that no toxic force can penetrate. Let's continue. Embrace the dichotomy of control. Imagine you're on a ship caught in the fiercest storm you've ever seen. The waves are towering, the wind is howling, and the deck beneath you feels like it could splinter at any moment. What do? Do you waste your energy shouting at the storm to stop, cursing the sea for its wrath? Or do you grip the helm, focus on what you can control, and steer your ship to safety? This is the dichotomy of control, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that divides the world into two parts: what you can control and what you cannot. Toxic people are the storm, chaotic and unpredictable, but your response to them, that's your helm. It's the one thing you can always steer. The Stoic Epictetus taught us, some things are up to us, and some things are not. Our opinions, desires, aversions, these are within our power. But others, our body, property, reputation, and position, are not. When dealing with toxic individuals, this principle becomes your greatest ally. Their insults, manipulations, and negativity are outside your control. But your thoughts, your reactions, and your inner peace, these are entirely yours to command. Picture this. A toxic coworker spreads rumors about you. You can't stop them from speaking, but you can control whether their words dictate your emotions. You can choose calm over anger, clarity over confusion, peace over chaos. Let me share a story that illustrates this beautifully. A Stoic master once found himself in the middle of a public dispute. His adversary, desperate to provoke him, hurled insult after insult. The master remained silent, his expression steady, his peace unbroken. When questioned later, he said, "Would you argue with a madman? Would you let a stranger's chaos dictate your mind? Their actions are their own. My response is mine." This is the power of the dichotomy of control. It's not about being passive, it's about being deliberate. Toxic people want to pull you into their storm, but when you focus solely on steering your ship, their chaos loses its grip. Now think about your own life. How much energy have you wasted trying to control the uncontrollable? How many sleepless nights have you spent replaying someone else's toxic words or actions? The Stoics offer you freedom. Let go of what isn't yours to control. Focus instead on building your resilience, your clarity, and your unshakable peace. Toxic people can scream, manipulate, and provoke, but they can never touch the fortress you've built within. And if this resonates with you, if you're ready to master the art of control and reclaim your power, subscribe now. Together, we're crafting a life of strength and serenity, one Stoic principle at a time. Let's move forward. Master the art of silent strength. Imagine standing face to face with someone who thrives on chaos. Their words are laced with venom, their actions designed to provoke, and their entire demeanor screams for your reaction. But instead of retaliating, you stand still, silent, composed, and utterly unshaken. This is the art of silent strength, a power so profound that it leaves toxic people bewildered and powerless. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Silence is not surrender. It is strength in its purest form. It is the quiet defiance that says, "You do not control me." Toxic people feed on your reaction. To them, your anger, frustration, or even your attempts to defend yourself are like fuel for a fire. But when you respond with silence, their flames are smothered. Picture a roaring lion pacing in its cage, roaring louder in hopes of intimidation, but the spectators remain unbothered, merely observing. The lion grows restless, confused, and ultimately powerless. That's how your silence disarms toxic individuals. It's not about letting them win, it's about showing them they were never playing on your level. Silence is your declaration that you refuse to be dragged into their storm. But silence isn't just the absence of words, it's the presence of strength. It's the wisdom to understand that not every battle is worth fighting and the courage to walk away from those that threaten your peace. Seneca, another great Stoic, taught us, "What progress have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself." When you choose silence, you choose yourself. You choose to protect your peace, to prioritize your mental clarity, and to rise above the noise. Imagine the power of walking away, not as a victim, but as a victor, untouched, unbothered, and unconquerable. This silent strength isn't just a tool, it's a mindset. It's the ability to stand firm in your values, to let your actions speak louder than words, and to embrace the power of restraint. Toxic people will try to lure you into their chaos, but your silence becomes a wall they cannot breach. Let them wonder, let them exhaust themselves trying to provoke you, and let your unshakable calm be the loudest statement of all. And if you want to master this art of silent strength and join a community of like-minded individuals striving for wisdom and peace, hit that subscribe button now. Together, we'll continue building a life of resilience and unstoppable calm. Let's move to the next chapter. Setting boundaries as an act of self-respect. Imagine standing in the middle of a garden, vibrant and full of life. But without a fence to protect it, intruders trample the flowers, weeds creep in, and the beauty slowly withers. This garden is your mind, your peace, your life. And boundaries? They're the protective walls that ensure your well-being flourishes. The Stoics taught us that self-respect is the foundation of a virtuous life. Epictetus declared, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Boundaries are not walls to shut others out, but safeguards to honor yourself. Without them, you give toxic people unrestricted access to your inner sanctuary. Toxic people are masterful trespassers. They don't respect limits unless you enforce them. But the power lies in you to define what you will and will not allow. Picture someone constantly interrupting your peace, calling, demanding, criticizing. Instead of passively enduring, you calmly but firmly say, "This behavior isn't acceptable, and I won't engage with it." That moment is transformative. It signals that you value your time, energy, and peace too much to let anyone tarnish it. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Setting boundaries is not about controlling others, but reclaiming control over your life. But boundaries are only as strong as your commitment to uphold them. Toxic people will test you, pushing to see if they can break through. This is where your resolve must remain unyielding. The Stoics believed that discipline was the bedrock of a virtuous life, and holding your boundaries is an act of discipline. Imagine someone persistently violating your limits, trying to guilt you into compliance. Instead of wavering, you respond with unwavering clarity. "This is where I stand, and I won't compromise." That firmness not only protects your peace, but also teaches others how to treat you. When you respect yourself enough to enforce boundaries, others will learn to respect you too, or they'll fall away, leaving room for better people to enter your life. Boundaries are not selfish. They are an act of self-respect and wisdom. They create space for growth, clarity, and peace. Toxic people may rage against them, but that's their struggle, not yours. You're not shutting them out, you're letting yourself in. If you're ready to master this art of self-respect and join a community of warriors who protect their peace, hit that subscribe button now. Together, we'll build a life where our gardens flourish, untouched by the weeds of toxicity. Let's continue to the next chapter. Turn to your inner citadel. Imagine a fortress, unyielding and impenetrable, standing tall against the fiercest storms and relentless invaders. This fortress exists within you. It's what the Stoics called your inner citadel. It's the place where no toxic person can enter, no insult can penetrate, and no external chaos can shake your peace. Marcus Aurelius described it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The inner citadel is your ultimate refuge, the source of your resilience, and the reason you can face toxic people without crumbling. It is a reminder that no matter how harsh the world becomes, your mind remains your sanctuary. Toxic people thrive on the illusion that they can control you, but the inner citadel dismantles that power. They may hurl insults, manipulate situations, or try to drag you into their chaos, but inside your fortress, their efforts are meaningless. Imagine someone throwing stones at towering castle walls. They're wasting their energy. The Stoics believed that this fortress is built with self-awareness, self-control, and unwavering clarity. When you invest in understanding yourself, recognizing your values and choosing your responses, you strengthen your citadel. Toxic individuals cannot touch the core of who you are because your sense of self is unshakable. You hold the keys to your peace, and you decide who, if anyone, gains access. But maintaining this fortress requires vigilance. Toxic people will try to breach your defenses, testing your patience, your emotions, and your willpower. This is where Stoic practices become your armor. Meditation on your values keeps your walls fortified. Practicing gratitude shields you from negativity. Reflecting on the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus sharpens your defenses. Picture yourself as a warrior, not against others, but against your own impulses, resisting anger, fear, or frustration. Each time you choose calm over chaos, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Your inner citadel becomes a beacon of strength, a symbol of your ability to rise above the toxicity that tries to drag you down. The inner citadel is your greatest weapon, your deepest refuge, and the ultimate expression of Stoic mastery. Toxic people may rage outside its walls, but they can never conquer what lies within. If you're ready to strengthen your fortress and master the art of invincibility, subscribe now. Together, we'll continue this journey, fortifying our minds and discovering the peace that only comes from within. Stay with us, because the next chapter will take you even deeper into the wisdom of Stoicism and how it can transform your life. Let's rise stronger together.